Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the worst team for Pokemon Red and Blue. Last time we went through the Nugget Bridge, trained on some of the trainers up there, and I went on a rant about what I want to do with my life. But yeah, yeehaw, we're back. And today we're going to be taking on Misty. Now, there were actually a couple of things I was thinking about doing in regards to Misty. I wanted to personally go to Vermilion City first, grab the Body Slam TM for Raticate, and I wanted to go back to Mount Moon to go grab the Mega Punch TM for Raticate. So Mega Punch for Raticate, Mega Punch for Wigglytuff, Body Slam for Raticate. I wanted to go back and get those TMs so Misty would be a little bit easier, but I ultimately decided that I think that the more challenging prospect made it sound a little bit more fun. So we're actually going to go ahead and take the more challenging approach. And Hyper Fang is definitely going to be our best route for taking on Misty for sure, absolutely. It's a bummer that Fungi doesn't have Fury Cutter, because this isn't Generation 2. But, you know, you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with, and I guess I'm just gonna be stuck using this thing until we get Slash. Hyper Fang should easily be able to take you out. Sorry about that. Yeah, this should be an interesting battle going up against Misty. Starmie does have Bubble Beam, and it's like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna wide out. Maybe we can have some comedy in there, but by me showing like a little compilation, maybe I can make some YouTube shorts out of it. I have no idea realistically like what I'm going to do. I guess we'll find out. But I know that Hyper Fang is going to be our best bet when it comes to offense. I would go on to some random topic, but I don't really want to yet because I would like to concentrate for Misty, and I would like to get the play-by-play for sure. I got one more turn before we go up against Misty. Realistically, I could go fight Misty now. All right, no, never mind. I forgot. She actually comes up to you in here. I think in FireRed and LeafGreen you can actually skip that trainer. I don't remember though. I'm just trying to think though, like, should I switch train? Or should I just go hyper offense directly into Misty? Because the thing is with Starmie is that Starmie gives off like 500 experience. I wish I had Mega Punch or Body Slam, but oh well. I feel like a doo-doo head because I should have known that the Mega Punch TM was inside Mount Moon, but I mean, to be fair, I don't really play Gen 1, I don't really play like a lot. If it were FireRed and LeafGreen, Mega Punch would literally be right outside. That's why FireRed and LeafGreen are some of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. I actually personally think that FireRed and LeafGreen are the best remakes in the entire series. I can get into an entire discussion about that. Heart Gold and Soul Silver aren't as hyped up as people think they are. Level cap. Limited amount of Pokemon you have access to. So much stuff that I can just rant on and talk about. So much crap. I can go for the pound. Good stuff. All right. Okay, sorry I'm a little bit quiet. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do against Misty. Because, I mean, like, because one Bubble Beam could literally, like, annihilate my entire strategy. Almost wondering if I should just go in with just go for some tail whips and just try and do it like that. So I don't even have freaking Leer on them. Actually, I could go for a Sing. I wonder if a Sing would actually work out for me. Sing also just doesn't have very, very good accuracy, but I mean, I can try. Maybe it's a good strat, but I mean, I don't... Oh, man. With Gen 1 and Sleep Wake Up, it's kind of tough to call. I guess we'll see. I'm kind of just going in blind. And we'll see something. Alright, I'm just going to go with Jerry. I'm just going to try a hyper offense, a hyper fang approach, and we'll see what we got going on. I have a feeling that this isn't going to go well, but I mean, I'll give it my best shot. Misty is definitely going to be one of the more difficult gym leaders of this run, for sure. Starter shouldn't be any issues, just simply go for a couple hyper fangs. It'll definitely be maybe it will be a 1-hit KO now, it'll probably be a 2-hitter. Oh, never mind, it was a 1-hit. Oh, never mind, there's a crit, that's why. Alright, Starmie, here we go. It's like, am I going to... So I can go for a Hyper Fang, but then again, Pound doesn't really do a lot of damage. Alright, you can go for Tackle and Speed. Come on, dude, like, I actually want you to go for Bubble Beam, like... Ooh. No, the crit, man, that sucks. Oh well. I'm actually gonna go for Fun Guy, dude. Maybe Fun Guy can get the experience. No way, no way. Oh man, I was definitely not expecting that. Fun Guy just got 2 level ups. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I underestimate how hard these gym leaders are going to be, because Misty was honestly a cakewalk. Like, am I sure that this is like the worst team? Like, I haven't really properly been like challenged yet. I feel like in FireRed and LeafGreen, I definitely would have been more challenged due to Brock having Rock Tomb. That honestly was so easy. Like, come on. That was so simple and so clean. Like, what? Like, I can't even, like, believe it. Well, now I get to make my journey even easier by heading down to Vermilion City and easily getting the Body Slam TM for Raticate and the Mega Punch TM for Wigglytuff. I mean, it's pretty easy, all things considered now. Now I also get Dig. I might actually use Dig on my Raticate, or my... is Dig accessible on Wigglytuff? I don't think it is. No, I think Dig is only accessible on Raticate, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to teach Raticate Dig. The other Pokemon on my team... Yeah, Dig's definitely going to be taught to Raticate for sure. I don't think... It sucks I can't get Earthquake, because Earthquake would have been really good. Oh well, what are you going to do? Oh, I need to actually switch out to Paris here too. To Fun Guy. It's not going to be a real Fun Guy until you get Slash, buddy. Got Karate Chop right there. I got a crit. That stinks. Love the Diva. Heck yeah. Not as bad. Level 20. You have one more being Drowzee. Yeah, I want to swap out again. This Switch training, man, it's going to be going on for so long. The cool thing about... Actually, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, because now since we're getting closer to Vermilion City... Now we have, like, our entire team is basically nearly going to be done by the time we get to Vermilion City. Like, we have Drowzee to capture, and we also have Farfetch'd to get. So, I mean, we're coming in pretty quick at having our full-blown team. I do not remember where I get Goldeen at. I will look it up after I'm done recording this episode. For the confusion. Good. Okay. Anyway, today's topic, I mean, I really don't come up with these topics, like, on the fly. But, I mean, I guess, like, you know, what I will talk about... Since I was in the gym, you know, Heart Gold and Soul Silver and FireRed and LeafGreen, you know, being the best Pokemon remakes of all time. You guys already know how I feel about Pokemon Black and White 2 and how I feel those are the best Pokemon games in general. But as far as remakes go, I mean, let's break them down, right? I'll go from most recent to oldest. So let's start off with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The majority of you guys know how I feel about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and I feel like I know what you guys generally feel about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are definitely the most questionable remakes in the entire series. And the reason why I say that is because you have people that really weren't satisfied with the art direction, how it went, the chibi style, same mechanics coming back from Pokemon Original Diamond and Pearl, not really following the Pokemon Platinum route, all the bugs and stuff like that. And overall, like, they just felt very underwhelming in comparison to how a Pokemon remake should be. So those are honestly the reasons why, like, a lot of people dislike Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, myself included. Even though, like, I do enjoy playing Sinnoh, and like I recently just played on my Switch. I recently just beat Brilliant Diamond a few months ago, and what's cool about the Elite Four members, I'll give them this, is that they have their items. Like, I actually semi-struggled a little bit against Cynthia. Cynthia actually gave me a little bit of a challenge. I mean, like, she is Cynthia at the end of the day. Like, she is going to give you some kind of challenge. But with that said, regardless of just Cynthia pretty much carrying the entire game on her back, there were definitely a lot of things to be desired. And I was kind of, like, underwhelmed by, just the quality of the way how those games turned out. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on that front. Next, Let's Go, you can technically count as a remake. Because like, they're remix of Pokemon Yellow. I like Let's Go, everything about it. I like the fact that you could ride Pokemon, the Pokemon followed you, the graphics looked really, really cool. I overall enjoyed Let's Go. Just only two things that really bother me are Trace being a crappy rival. I think most of us can agree on that. Trace sucks, and just the Pokemon Go aspect. I didn't really like the Pokemon Go aspect, but I mean, hey, you know what? Some people did. That's just my personal pet peeve. Some people might not find that to be a problem about Let's Go. Some people might honestly love that about Let's Go, especially if you're an avid Pokemon Go player. Those are just my personal gripes, and just because I don't like those gripes does not mean Let's Go was per se a bad Pokemon remake. Next, we have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I think a lot of people actually like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I don't really hear a lot of people's gripes about ORAS. I mean, some people like the original more maybe because of the trumpets. Some people like them more because of the 2D aesthetic just looked better than the 3D aesthetic did. I mean, I liked Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I thought they were really, really good. And one thing I said about in a couple episodes ago was how I enjoyed Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution really was what made Generation 6 as popular as it was. A lot of people love Mega Evolution, including myself. I prefer Mega Evolution over Gigantamaxing. I prefer Mega Evolution over the Terra types. Mega Evolution is just something that we as Pokemon fans are never going to forget about because everything about it was so revolutionized. And when we have Mega Evolutions, like for our starter Pokemon, for example, like Mega Blaziken, I mean, how can you not like Mega Evolutions? I mean, Mega Blaziken became one of the most broken Pokemon in existence, like, during that time. And the same also even applied for Mega Swampert with SwiftSwim. Mega Sceptile also looked dope with its giant Christmas tree. But I mean, it's just... ORAS did a good job on the remakes. I mean, I really liked the Dex Nav feature. The post-game left a little bit to be desired, but I mean, graphics-wise, performance-wise, and I also like the fact that Wally had a really, really kick-ass theme song. He actually played a little bit more in the story, and the rival, May and Brendan, also played a little bit more in the story as well. They really, really did play more. I mean, it's in the original games, May and Brendan just battle you for 3 battles and then they're done. In this game, May and Brendan actually have a little bit more relevancy. Like, they help you out against Team Aqua and Team Magma. They also have their own Mega Evolutions. They have more story depth to them, more of their character. it just overall like pretty good gameplay, and like not a bad story. I mean, it's pretty much the same exact thing as Ruby and Sapphire. I didn't really play Ruby and Sapphire for the story. I played more just because it felt very, during the time when I played it as a kid, it felt very brand new to me. I mean, like, this is during a time when the internet wasn't very big. Like, there was no YouTube. There was no no real like way of getting leaks and stuff like that. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire was just different, and every single new Pokemon that appeared in that game were brand new to me because I had no idea that any of these Pokemon existed. Like, for the longest time, I thought that Minun was Blue Chew and Plusle was Red Chew. Like, that's how literally, like, in the dark I was, and I only got to play Pokemon Ruby for, like, a day. My mom bought it for me because I begged her for it, and then I got my Game Boy taken away literally, like, that's, like, the next day for, like, 5 months, and I wasn't able to actually beat my Pokemon Ruby copy for almost a year when I was, like, 9 years old, so I was actually late to the Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire party. And I didn't even know that the games had come out because I was so immersive playing Pokemon Gold and Silver Crystal. This is during a time where the internet didn't exist. I heard people talk about it like on my block, but I mean, regardless, like as a kid, like, you know, it goes one ear right out the other. So with Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire coming out, like it felt like a brand new experience. Like Diamond and Pearl did too, don't get me wrong, but back then was when YouTube first started to exist, and that was when, like, you know, I looked more at like there was a leaked Pokedex online of like a lot of like the Generation 4 mons. There was also a cricket in my room, by the way. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't know how the hell that little guy got in here, but yeah, there's a cricket in my room. Holy crap. But anyways, yeah, Ruby and Sapphire just felt like a brand new experience, and I mean, it felt really, you know, good as a kid, knowing that, you know, it was brand new, and it felt honestly really like refreshing. The same thing also applied for Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen when those came out, but I'll get into those because I still have to talk about Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, probably revered to be the best Pokemon games in the entire franchise. I can tell you the 2 reasons right now. 1, being able to go back to Kanto. And 2, Pokemon following you around. Those are probably the 2 biggest reasons why so many people loved Heart Gold and Soul Silver so much. And I mean, you're not wrong. Those reasonings are very valid and incredibly accurate to why they are really fun games. And I also share that sentiment. I mean, who doesn't want like your favorite Pokemon following you around through your journey? We've always wanted that, right? Pokemon being able to follow you around that actually like don't lag behind. Sword and Shield. And I mean, it's incredible. I mean, like, you know, that's what like a lot of Pokemon fans want, Pokemon to be able to follow you around. It's a very amazing feature that makes Heart Gold and Soul Silver stand out as a very fan favorite Pokemon game. But what a lot of people don't talk about, I'm sure some of you guys will agree with me on this, the level cap, the level curve, all the grinding you have to do before going up against Red. Granted, you do not have to have your Pokemon be level 70 or so to take on Red. I've beaten Red with Pokemon in like the 40s. It is possible to do, albeit just a pain in the ass. But it can be done. Am I out of antidotes? I am at antidotes. Crap. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, like, it can be done for sure. It definitely can be. But what about the limited move pool of Pokemon? Sorry, the limited move pool, actually, yeah. Limited move pool, yeah. That is also a thing, too. It got a little bit better because of the physical special split, but there are still some Pokemon on there that just have very like, abysmal move pools. Like, 100% for sure. But you also have the aspect of, you know, not being able to find Pokemon until the post-game. That's something that Gen 2 and Heart Gold and Soul Silver definitely share. And that's honestly one of my biggest pet peeves about the Johto region too, was honestly because of that. And you know, as much as I say that I love Johto, realistically, I'm actually kind of starting to like fade away from Johto. Like I'm starting to become a Hoenn fan and a Gen 5 fan. I really, really am, because whenever I play through Johto, I'm like, damn, I want to use a Murkrow on my playthrough. Nope, gotta wait till Celadon City. Want to use Houndoom? I think you can get Houndoom in the Safari Zone. I don't recall off the top of my head. I know I've done some best teams about that, but I'm almost positive you can. But I mean, I do so much. Sometimes I forget. I think you can. I'm pretty positive you can. But regardless of that, like a lot of these Pokemon aren't until the post game, and it kind of fucking sucks. Like, I mean, imagine being able to find like a Larvitar on Route 46 next to New Barktown. You would be able to use a Larvitar for the entirety of your game. Like, your Larvitar would be very, very prominent against going up someone like against Falconer. Like you could have like a Rock Throw going up against his Pidgey and his Pidgeotto. I mean, like, think about that for a minute, right? Having access to a lot of these different mons. And also another thing too, Crystal version kind of did a couple things right, you know, with allowing, you know, Phanpy access on Route 46 and even allowing like Teddiursa access inside of not Union Cave, Dark Cave in the morning time. That was really, really cool. And honestly, in some ways, you know, Crystal actually is, you know, better because of those two mons. Like, I actually think that having Donphan access and Ursaring access actually give it the edge over Heart Gold and Soul Silver in some ways. And yeah, those two Pokemon to me bring a lot of value to a playthrough. They're Pokemon people don't really get to use. But Johto rants aside, I think Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen are the best remakes. I really, really do. And I know it's Kanto. I know a lot of us, you know, have our pet peeves about Kanto in, you know, in specific. Especially Pokemon Red and Blue and Let's Go. But I think that FireRed and LeafGreen does a good job of making Kanto good, giving you decent Pokemon at an early enough point in the game, and just giving you like relatively good options, a good story, and also like the post game of the Sevii Islands is really, really neat too. I mean, you have one thing that I do dislike about FireRed and LeafGreen that I think a lot of you guys will agree with me on is definitely not being able to get Johto mons on specific Kanto mons. For example, Crobat and Golbat. Another one, Scyther and Scizor. The list goes on. I can sit here for a little bit and honestly give you guys some more. Slowpoke and Slowking. The list goes on. I know for a fact that there are a couple more of them. Oh, yeah, and even pre-evolutions. Elekid into Electabuzz, and same also applies with Magby going into Magmar. See, I mean, like, if the Pokemon already exist and coexist... Sorry, that didn't come out right. What I was trying to say was, if the Pokemon have a link to their Gen 1 counterpart, why can't they exist in the game? Like that was one of the things that definitely kind of drove me up the walls a little bit, but alas. But I honestly think what makes FireRed and LeafGreen so incredibly amazing is definitely the post-game. You get to hear all these incredible Johto remakes. I mean, like, you get to hear, like, the Lake of Rage theme. You get to hear the Violet City theme, the Azalea Town theme. It all just sounds so great. And, like, in a lot of ways, I kind of wish Generation 2 had a remake on the Visual Boy, not Visual Boy Advance, my bad, on the Game Boy Advance. And if you guys have ever played through, like, you know, Pokemon Crystal Clear or Pokemon Crystal Dust, they're ROM hacks that actually give you the experience of playing Gen 2 on Gen 3 hardware. Honestly, Crystal Dust is one of my favorite ROM hacks of all time. I actually played it on Mystic Zora a long time ago. I actually wouldn't even mind playing it again, but I did it a little while back. It was Crystal Dust, and I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. It was a very, very solid game. But I mean, yeah, like when it comes to, you know, FireRed and LeafGreen, The post game of FireRed and LeafGreen takes place I think is it 3 years before the Johto games come out, and he even talks about them like, you know, bringing Giovanni back, how they're going to be moving into the Johto region. It talks about who's the redhead girl, rumored to be Silver's mom, the executive, man, on the tip of my tongue. Ariana, yeah. Talks about Ariana and Archer. Did I just kill it? Dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. I got distracted. I got to capture Drowzee. And I got to capture Spearow real fast. Spearow shouldn't be that hard to capture. Another small thing inside FireRed and LeafGreen too is being able to get Metal Claw on Charmander. I know it's very, very like minor and like minuscule, but I always found that touch to actually be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Do you have Stun Spore? You do have Stun Spore. Maybe Paralysis will actually come in handy. I also have to capture a Drowzee, but I do not want to get a Drowzee at level 11. I want to see if I can find something at like level 13 or whatever. When I find a Drowzee at level 13, I will see you guys back here momentarily. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. There we go. All right, so if I'm a Drowzee at level 13, we're going to capture it real fast. Cut when looking for Drowzee at level 13. Okay, so I'm going to cut that real quick. We're going to go for a water gun. Fell asleep, that's unfortunate. Can I use another water gun? Yeah. I'm going to go throw a ball now, and hopefully it should get in. Nice. Good. Okay. Excellent job. Drowzee. As far as a nickname, what I want to nickname you, I'm just going to call you Sleeper. I know, very, very generic name for a Drowzee, but I couldn't think of anything else on the spot. I'm also very, very bad at nicknames, and because I am, you know, recording these in advance, I really can't give your guys' feedback on it. I definitely, like, you know, would like to record these, like, you know, more, like, you know, so I can get like more audience interaction with you guys, but at the same time, it's like I'm going to be really, really busy for the DLC month of Scarlet and Violet for the remainder of September, and like I want to be able to get these out at a decent time, while also being able to concentrate on like editing and like etc. and stuff like that. So before I end off this episode, though, I am going to go ahead and trade with you, and we are going to get Dux the Farfetch'd. Honestly, what I like about Farfetch is that Farfetch actually doesn't have, like, a completely terrible learn set like how some other Pokemon do in this game. I'm like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have, like, the best, but it could be worse. Also, where's the trade music? How come it's not going bum 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 bum? Like, I don't understand, like, why it doesn't do that, man. Like, come on. Slash level 39. Fury attack at level 15. Not bad, I guess. I guess Cut's probably going to be our best option for a long while. Yeah, Generation 1 and the... I know I said its learn set was better, but my god, it's not really. It doesn't get slash level 39. Oh well, you know. What are you going to do about that? I signed up for this, and this is the challenge I'm going to have to accept. Did I heal my Mons? I did. Anyways, guys, I think that's actually going to go ahead and actually wrap up this episode of The Worst Team for Kanto. We're at around the 30-minute mark, and I think I pretty much said my piece, you know, like the remakes, etc. Next time, we're going to be heading on to the SSN. I'll probably fast forward through the trainers on the right side, just so, like, you know, we can kind of speed things up, and we're going to go back to Mount Moon to go get Mega Punch as well. So that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy.